Hello there, welcome to Bryan Lomax Movie Talk, and yes, it's that time again when I update you on what Blu-rays I have been buying recently, for anyone who's interested. So yes, let's get into it. You know how this works. I show you them, I talk about them, and that's it really. So yeah, first up, Social Network. This was a 50p purchase from CEX. I love that place. I went into HMV because I had some birthday money. I just recently had a birthday, and yeah, I wasn't impressed with the prices, it must be said. And then I went into CEX. I thought, sod this, I'll go into CEX, and I've got 10 of these here. I got from CEX for under £15. 10 Blu-rays for £15. That's insane. You know, I couldn't have bought 4 for that from HMV. So yeah, sorry to slag off HMV. I loved HMV. I still love HMV. There's a part of me that kind of loves it, but it's just yeah. You know, you keep wondering why you're going out of business and you charge those ridiculous prices. Anyway, yeah, Social Network, 50p. I went into a bit of a rant mode then. But it's a great film. Aaron Sorkin, I absolutely love. He's my favourite writer. David Fincher, one of my favourite directors. I will be reviewing this at some point soon. I am kind of building up a backlog of Fincher movie reviews because I want to do a series on his movies. So I thought, yeah, why not? I only have this on DVD. Time to have it on Blu-ray. So just in time for when I do a review. Next up is a blind buy. I've not seen this film, Rum Diary, or The Rum Diary. I remember Johnny Depp in, what was the name of that film? Las Vegas, something, it was set in Las Vegas. No, I can't remember. It was a Terry Gilliam film. I honestly cannot remember it, the title. I'm sure it had Las Vegas in the title, but yeah, it was about the writer Hunter S. Thompson. So that film was about Hunter S. Thompson, and it starred Johnny Depp as Hunter S. Thompson. And now he's done a film based on a novel by Hunter S. Thompson. So yeah, he's clearly got an affinity for that guy's work. But I don't know if this is any good or not. It's got some good reviews on the cover, although they pretty much confine them for most films, it seems. So I don't know if this is any good or not. Blind buy, Johnny Depp, not wearing makeup, in a kind of regular kind of role, which I wish he'd make more of. So I'm willing to give that a shot. Another blind buy, My Week with Marilyn, primarily for the talent. Michelle Williams, Kenneth Branagh, Eddie Redmayne, Emma Watson, who I really like, and Judi Dench. It's got a load of awards buzz for the performances there, so that sucked me in. I can't say I know the director off the top of my head, Simon Curtis, although the name kind of sounds familiar. Now I do need to check that out. It doesn't have anything to do with that, does he? Excuse me while I just fumble through my... He does! Okay. Simon Curtis made Goodbye Christopher Robin. For some reason that kind of jumped out at me then. So yeah, I thought so. That's actually a positive. Goodbye Christopher Robin made my top 10 of, was it last year or the year before? Either way, it was a really, really well-crafted film. So that makes me a bit more excited about this now, actually. Yeah, so there you go. Blind buy. Let's see how that goes. Next up is The Mummy. Another 50p purchase from CEX. I'm not overly fond of the sequels to this, but I do remember when this first came out, I loved it. It was like one of my top 10 films of, was it 99 when it came out? It has diminished somewhat over the years for me. I think that the overload of CGI is to blame mostly for that, but it's still a really fun ride. You know, I think Brendan Fraser's really good in it. This was the first thing that I saw Rachel Weisz in as well. Yeah, it's good stuff. Good adventure movie, I think, in the vein of Indiana Jones, but not quite as good. Next up is Much Ado About Nothing. I can't say I'm the biggest Shakespeare guy. You know, seeing that something is an adaptation of Shakespeare, especially when it's done in the language of Shakespeare, doesn't particularly entice me. But this is written and directed by Joss Whedon, and it was made between Avengers movies when he needed to just break free of the shackles of studio interference and whatnot, and he literally made it at his own home. So if nothing else, it'll be fun to see a tour around Joss Whedon's house. But yeah, he has these regular parties apparently with actor friends of his, and they were all sat there one night and thought, you know what, why don't we just make a film, just a really low budget, independent, we all know Shakespeare, we all, you know, we've all done it, we're all kind of versed in it, let's just adapt one of his plays and make a film of it in Joss Whedon's house. So I want to see it for that reason, really, just because it's a bit of an experiment, and it has had good reviews. Sticking with this is, yeah, I say I'm not particularly drawn to Shakespeare. We have Macbeth. So random that was the next one in the list. But yeah, Michael Fassbender, brilliant actor. Marion Cotillard. Primarily, again, this is one I've not seen, but I remember when the trailers for this came out, they didn't really have much of the dialogue in, and they didn't need to, because the visuals in it were absolutely stunning. And based on those visuals alone in the trailer, it really made me want to see this. So yeah, that's why I've purchased it. No more explanation than that, really. Next up, one of my favourite films of all time, certainly top 20, if not top 10, but V for Vendetta. I love it. This is a film that on first watch, it was like a 3-star film for me. On second watch, it was a 4-star film. And on third watch, it gets better with each viewing. Once I realised that it wasn't the film we'd been sold in the trailers, bearing in mind I'd never read the graphic novel at the time I saw this, I just knew the hype about it. But it's one of those films where once I get over the fact that the trailer kind of missold it as this Matrix-style action epic, it's not. It's a political thriller, it's character-driven, it's very talky. Once you get your head around that, once you know what you're watching and watch it again, yeah, I've become really engrossed with it, really involved, and it's just a really great film. So yeah, there you go, one of my favourites. Next up, a science fiction classic, 12 Monkeys, directed by Terry Gilliam. Brilliant performances by Bruce Willis and Brad Pitt and Madeleine Stowe. Had a big crush on Madeleine Stowe at the time this film was released. Yeah, it's great stuff. I've not seen it in years, probably over a decade, if not more so. But this is a film I saw at the cinema by myself. I think I may have bunked off school to do so. One of two or maybe 3 times I did that. But yeah, 12 Monkeys. One of the other ones was The Game. I went to see The Game, that was one. 12 Monkeys, and then I think there was another, but I can't remember what it was. Next up, Troll Hunter. Not seen this film, another blind buy, very cheap in CEX. It was either £1 or £1.50, something like that. But yeah, I've heard very good things about it. It's had really good reviews across the board, and a few of my YouTube friends have said that it's definitely well worth the watch. So there we go. Next up is Star Wars The Force Awakens, which I've had to buy again. I already had this on Blu-ray. I lent it out to someone and it's gone. We don't know where. We don't know where it's gone, but it's lost in the ether. So yeah, £2.50 CEX, just to basically replace it in my collection. Still my favourite Star Wars film. I know a lot of people see that as sacrilege, but I don't care. It's my favourite Star Wars film. Okay, so next up is Spy. Got this in a charity shop for £2. I had a lot of fun with this when I saw it at the cinema, it must be said. I went to see this with a friend of mine, Nathan. And yeah, I enjoyed it. But mostly Jason Statham. Jason Statham's actually he's a very good comedic actor, it must be said. I think he knows how to do comedy. He's got good comic timing. I think he should do more comedies like this, because he was the best thing about this film. Yeah, it was an entertaining film. It wasn't spectacular. It's not like 5-star material or anything, but it's a good solid 3.5-star film. I'm not the biggest comedy guy. I don't tend to buy comedies, but yeah, so there you go. For £2, it's one that I'm willing to watch again for sure. Finally, we have a Asian cinema kind of release. It's Legend of the Amazons. I like the images on the back. You can never tell really with still images, but it's got that kind of typical Zhang Yimou epic battle scenes kind of vibe about it. I do like those kind of films. I'm a bit of a sucker for them. They tend to all be very much the same, but it's like any kind of genre, in it. You know what you're getting. But no, I like the cover. I like the plot. Sounds interesting enough. As I say, very similar. And I like the costume design there. Like, you can usually get a feel for things, for these kind of movies anyway, based on the costume design. Some effort seems to have got into it, but no, we'll see. Blind buy, yeah, quite a lot of blind buys amongst that one, it must be said. But yeah, if there's any of those purchases that you think were definitely worth the pickup, or any that you don't, please do let me know about them. Comment below, leave your thoughts. Thanks for watching this video, and until next time, crack it.